Hey guys, so this is a video I've been wanting to make for a while. A video about eyelash serums and how to get longer lashes. So these are all products I've tried and used to various degrees of success. So also I've tried castor oil, just biotin serums, RapidLash, Rapid Brow. And to be honest, nothing really was as effective as the Rodan and Fields Lash Boost. This stuff was the best, in my opinion. Probably very pricey, very similar to the Latisse, which is out there, which is a prescription. And the reason why these are so effective is because they use prostaglandins, which were found as a side effect of people that were putting these drops in their eyes for cataracts. Or is it glaucoma? Cataracts. These drops, they noticed as a side effect, their lashes grew longer and longer. And eventually, Allergan discovered which ingredient it was in there, which was making their lashes grow, and then made that a prescription in the form of Latisse. So there's several knockoffs that use very similar prostaglandins. A lot of them have been removed from the market because they were sued by Allergan and the pharmaceutical companies because that was kind of a trademark ingredient. So there's very few products that actually are on the market that still contain those ingredients. Peter Thomas Roth had a very popular Lashes to Die For eyelash serum, which they were sued, and now they still sell that serum. It just doesn't contain the good stuff. What Rodan and Fields contains. So I want to talk about my favorite ones and then why I stopped using them, unfortunately. So Babe Lash, this is another great one. Most of these I never paid full price for. I either got them in beauty boxes or like they were the add-on sales for beauty boxes. Nuelash, that was a great one as well. This one also contains the relative ingredients that the Rodan and Fields contains. Revitalash, that one was moderately successful. My top favorite, what was this one? RapidLash. This one doesn't do much, but it doesn't contain the prostaglandins. And then what else do we have? Grande Lash, that's another very popular one, but this one made my eyes very dry. What else do we have? Oh, this was Lash Food. I don't know. Anyway, so none of these kind of compare to the effects that I got from the Rodan and Fields, but if you're on more of a budget, in my opinion, the Babe Lash Essential Serum would be the one to go for. But anyway, so last year about this time, I had LASIK eye surgery to correct my vision, which was a great success. I had to stop using these after I had that operation done for about 3 months. So I stopped using it, and then I started using it again after 3 or 4 months. And after the LASIK, my eyes were dry, but I never really thought much of it. I started using the lash serums again. My eyes still stayed dry. And now it's been a year, and finally about 2 months ago, I finally stopped using these because my eyes just kept getting drier and drier to the point where I was putting drops in every morning. You know, for a while, I thought it was just leftover effects from the LASIK, or I thought it was from the cold weather, the air being dry, things like that. And finally, after reading a little bit of articles and studies, I finally figured out that my LASIK didn't help the dryness, but these certainly didn't help either. And in fact, there's a lot of people that have had like problems like styes. People that have never got styes before notice they're getting them, and even like a worser degree of a stye, like an infection in their eyelid where it like swelled up, like almost like the size of like a little, I don't know, not a golf ball, but like a huge swollen like cyst on their eyes. And apparently the prostaglandins and some of those ingredients can block the tear ducts in your eyes from releasing the proper amount of fluid to make your eyes feel lubricated and not dry. So the styes were a result of, well, they think this, the prostaglandins from these. So eventually that person I read, once they stopped using it, never had another stye, never had another problem with it ever again. So I have to think that these do have an effect. I'm so sad because my lashes were so long when I was using these, but you know what? Nothing beats waking up in the morning and not having to put drops in your eyes because they're so dry you can't even open them. I'm sure had I not had the LASIK, perhaps I would have been able to keep using these, or maybe I would have been able to use these a little bit longer, but I think eventually, I think that was going to end up happening either way. So, I mean, nothing compares to what these can deliver. I mean, I've got like the biotin serum. I don't know. It's got like 5 ingredients in there. Keratin, biotin, whatever. But nothing like the prostaglandins. And those make your lashes very long and beautiful. But overall, if you notice anything like styes, dryness, I just recommend you do your research and check it out, because you don't want to do anything permanently in the long run, because you know what, there's not a lot of super long-term studies 40 years out, 30 years out of people using these and proving that they're totally safe. I think for most people, you can probably use them and not have any issues, but for some people, the issues might get severe, like styes or infections or cysts or even worse things. So just do your research. Nothing beats long lashes. I loved it, but nothing beats not having to put drops in your eyes. So I don't know. I'll suggest my favorite mascara, because it's made the transition a little bit better. I love my Thrive Liquid Lash Extension Mascara. It's one of my favorites, probably my favorite mascara out there. So that helps. I still, 2 months after not using them, I still notice my lashes falling out a little bit. They didn't all fall out at once. I've heard people say if I stop using it, my glues all my eyelashes. And no, you're not. They just don't grow as long, because those prostaglandins allow them to grow longer than the normal lash cycle. That's why they grow longer, because I think you get an extra like 4 to 6 weeks per lash growth than what they would normally do. So I don't know. There's always a good thing and a bad side, so you just never know until you try it. So anyway, if you are looking for ones to try, the Babe Lash is great. The Nuelash is great. I'd recommend checking those two out. Those are my favorites out of all of them. But if you want a safer alternative, the RapidLash is okay, or just castor oil on a mascara spoolie. That helps a lot as well. Help them grow a little bit longer. But in the long run, what are you going to do? Kind of a bummer, but it could be worse. So there could be worse things going on. So anyway, I just want to share my thoughts with you guys on these. I'm interested in hearing from you if you've tried any of these, what your favorite is, or if you had good results or any issues with it. So leave a comment. I love hearing from you guys, and stay tuned for more tomorrow. Thank you so much.